right. We're here. First video. Welcome to HTWL Podcast, Hawk Talk with Locks, with me, Zaire. And right now my co-host, Aize. This is my brother right here. I'll just let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Dave, man. Seattle Rays, man. Go Hawks. You know, we're here to talk about the NFL season.
Yeah.
We have a lot of different topics to talk about. I'm really excited for this season. Obviously, we just have the games that we had the last 2 days. Chiefs versus the Chargers.
Yeah.
Chargers caught the dub. Wonderful game. By Jim Harbaugh. Another game we also had was Eagles versus Cowboys, a game that me and my brother watched. A little controversy there with the stoppage, but it was a great game by honestly both teams in my opinion. Interesting beginning, but we'll get into that later.
And let them know a little bit more about yourself, man. Like,
I'm from out here, bro. I live up the road, bro. Bro, I've been knowing this guy since like 10 years plus, bro. So bro, just big Seahawks fan, bro. Born and raised out here, went to college out here, worked out here, work out here, everything,
everything.
And I'm just here to talk about Seahawks, just like all you guys care about,
And we got a lot to talk about.
Whole NFL, man.
We got a lot to talk about. Just like how this is the first episode, this is the first week of the NFL, so it's just a perfect time to get into everything. There's so many good week one matchups, and I couldn't be more excited to get some content out for you guys to watch, and I hope you guys enjoy this. So what we're gonna do is a quick Q&A. First off, Aize has a couple questions that he's gonna ask me, and he's also gonna answer for himself, vice versa. And then we're gonna go to basically our ratings or who we think is gonna win and lose in the week one matchups. We're gonna stack up our record over time. After this, we got some surprise for you after the season. So I hope you guys stay tuned. And we're just gonna start off with these questions. So Aize has the first question for the Q&A, and we're gonna get some answers.
Let's get it. So the first question we have is, who is your favorite Seahawks player?
That's a good one. I was gonna ask you that too.
Hey, it's all good.
Right now or all time?
Let's say in the last 20 years.
The last 20 years. Okay.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
Because bro, I'm 22, bro. I'm young, so I don't really know about like Steve Largent, like people like that. But Jim Zorn.
I would say definitely growing up, like as a kid, for sure Russell Wilson.
Really?
Russell Wilson for sure. I had his jersey, and he was like, I know we had the LOB, but me personally, he was kind of the poster child for the team, especially because I played baseball as well growing up. So I always was a fan of Russell Wilson. Now currently, just watching tape, Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas was a ball hawk, and he was underrated. I wouldn't say really underrated, but he was probably the most talented player on that team.
Yeah. I'd say, honestly, bro, Earl Thomas was my favorite player when I was younger, man. Like, I just loved the way he played, man.
Right.
He could have done kick return if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Punt return, anything.
Yeah.
Interception. He could play corner. He could match up. He was a hitter. And he was smaller, but he was versatile. But as I got older, shout out Cam Chancellor, man.
That's a hard question, bro.
Cam Chancellor is forever my favorite Seahawk. I'm not gonna lie, man. He's still in the community. I still see him around here. I saw him like last year, a couple years ago.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Legion's Bar, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Dope spot, bro.
I love Cam Chancellor, and all the guys, man. Like, cause I remember I was a kid. Like when we won the first Super Bowl, it was like 2013, bro. I was 10 years old, bro. Like, and that made me want to go crazy. Just seeing that as a kid, I remember going to the parade. I just hope that
just seeing going to the parade. Yeah. Us getting new jerseys the year prior. Just everything kind of just making some of these kids like us really hyped for the team, bro. And then our defense was legit. I remember just being in elementary school and everybody just talking about LOB, bro. LOB. So yeah, and I'd also say like there's some other guys like Tyler Lockett that you can't really sleep on as like by the time he retires, his consistency with the Seahawks can't be overlooked. All right, man. So my question for you, that was a good question, by the way. But my question for you is, what made you, whether it was just you being from here or what was your first memory of becoming a Seahawks fan?
My first memory is when we had Matt Hasselbeck, bro. Honestly, when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And my pops is from out here, born and raised in Seattle. I remember Matt Hasselbeck. I don't remember watching like the original Super Bowl because I was about like 5 years old, but I remember watching Matt Hasselbeck, and he was always good. Shaun Alexander.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Man, you literally stole my answer, bro.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like Matt Hasselbeck is my first memory of
I'll say
being a
some
Seahawks
more,
fan.
man. Marcus Trufant, bro.
Marcus Trufant is a good one too. We used to have like a little poster of him in the school.
His names, bro, back in the day, bro.
The thing, yeah, just a lot of names. And I was gonna say like Matt Hasselbeck from my grandpa used to have like posters of the Seahawks and like when they would be like NFC champions or whatever. And I just remember like being on the bus and the bus driver was playing on the radio like, dang, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And so that was my first memory of like, dang, okay, the Seahawks are legit. Okay, that wasn't the year of the Beastquake, was it?
That game was rigged. I'm just letting y'all know. When we lost
Heck,
the Super Bowl, it was rigged,
bro. So rigged, so
Pay
rigged,
attention, man.
so rigged. Pittsburgh
Questionable
should
calls
not
by
have.
the referees,
Yeah.
bro. You know how it go, bro.
Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah, we shouldn't have lost to Pittsburgh that game, but that's a video for another day.
Yeah, it is. But honestly, yeah, bro, I took that and honestly, I just remember watching that Super Bowl year in 2013, man.
Mm-hmm.
I watched every single game that year, bro. I was a kid, bro, but I watched every game with my pops, my family, my
Right.
friends. And man, bro, it was just an experience, bro, because like Seattle will never get that feeling, bro, because if you're from Seattle, bro, like the city always changes, bro.
Hey man,
But we gonna get back to how we used to be, bro, because we used to really be getting all together, but now we got a whole bunch of out of towners and all that.
Well, let's be honest, bro. Let's be real.
We're not worried.
Let's be real. Do you think we'll be there soon? Do you think that the Seahawks will be in that position to where we could be a contending team in the next 5 years?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it just depends on honestly injuries, draft luck, a lot of things. But I think we're in the right direction.
Yeah.
I think we're in the right direction. But
Dude, so basically, Matt Hasselbeck, in long story short, is your first memory of being a Seahawks fan. That's dope. That's dope.
yeah. All right. I'm gonna ask you another question. Who is your sleeper Seahawks player for this season?
That's a great question, bro. Can I give you more than one?
Yeah. I have mine too.
Torrey Horton.
Yeah.
I think he is gonna be wide receiver 2.
Colorado State, man.
And also besides being wide receiver 2, I think we're gonna look for him on like the default.
You think? Yeah.
I think we're gonna look for him on the default. So Torrey Horton, I see as being slept on. Zach Charbonnet,
Yeah.
he's gonna get touches no matter what. The way, I don't know if you guys were watching the Seahawks preseason games. Watch the second game. No, watch game 1. Watch game 1. That game we did a lot of running. And then if you watch game 1 and then watch game 2, we ran even more than we did in game 1, and we smacked the Chiefs. We absolutely smacked the Chiefs. So I think if we have that kind of play calling, and I know it's preseason, but preseason, you need preseason still. Without preseason, there's some guys that you would never know how good they really are. That's how some undrafted guys get their chance. So I think those 2 players in particular. On the defensive side, give me Tyrese Knight on defense.
Yeah, I'd say for mine, it's definitely I give you 2 players. I'm not really sure who's gonna get the more production, but Elijah Arroyo and AJ Warner are 2 tight ends. Those are gonna be 2 good tight ends. We're running the ball so much, so like I think on that play action, get those running backs or the tight ends moving. I think they'll do a lot for us. Honestly, they're doing pretty good in the preseason. Elijah Arroyo is pretty elite in college. say those are my 2 sleeper picks.
Okay. My last question. It's a simple question. What's your favorite uniforms? What is your favorite uniform?
I don't know, man. That's hard.
I say personally, throwbacks are my favorite uniforms.
Yeah, I like the
I
throwbacks.
think those are the best coordination.
I like the
I think we
throwbacks.
might have to make those.
I like the white
jerseys.
throwbacks specifically.
The white throwbacks are very good. I really like the white throwbacks too.
But I want the Seahawks to make a blackout jersey. Honestly, I like the new ones that they just dropped. Those are cool.
Yeah.
I definitely am honestly gonna probably get a jersey. Yeah, I wanna get some blackout jerseys, bro. That'd be
Facts.
You know, I know.
Imagine what the helmet would
basic,
look
but
like.
it would just look cool, bro. Because a blackout jersey, that's just cool.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next part of the video. We got those questions out the way. You guys got a chance to get to know us a little bit better, and now we're just gonna get to these week 1 predictions because wow, we got some crazy games ahead of us. We're just looking at them up here, and we got some fun games. And so before we do that, we're actually gonna talk about what we think basically the game of the week for us is gonna be. So our own opinion, like what we think personally the game of the week is gonna be. It's not your personal game of the week, but it's just the games that we think are gonna be the sleepers. I'm gonna start with my man. I'm gonna go with New York versus Washington, bro. If you look at the spread, the over under, they got Washington winning this game by a wide margin, honestly. And I don't think it's gonna be a cakewalk like everyone else does. The New York Giants were completely derailed by Daniel Jones last year. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. Also, the losing of Saquon, you can't, ignore that. But teams don't win with bad quarterbacks. It just doesn't happen. And like maybe average quarterback, yeah, but bad quarterbacks, you're not going nowhere with that. And that's what the New York Giants had to deal with all season last year. This year, I think they have 2 competent quarterbacks, and Jackson Dart looks like he's going to be better than just competent. Tyrone Tracy averaging 4.4 yards a carry. A very underrated player that's actually going to probably tear up this Washington defense week 1. They're going to really have to focus on this guy. And that's why I think New York's going to be dangerous, because they have more than just the run game. They also have now a passing game, which they didn't have back in the day. You know what I'm saying? If it's not obvious, I'm slightly a New York Giants fan. But it's not just Giants as well. The Washington Commanders, we know who they are. We know they have a good defense. We know that the defense is good also because of that coaching. He brings structure. It's not like they have the greatest names. They have really good names there. But they just have really good structure as well. And then their quarterback, of course, he's going to be one of those guys this year. But just back on Tyrone Tracy, bro.
Yeah, I agree with that. The Commanders, they have 2 former Seahawks with their team. Obviously with Danny Quinn and Bobby Wagner.
Very true.
Although they haven't made as many moves as we wanted them to. The running back position is always in question. For the Commanders. Brian Robinson had an okay year, kind of splitting the carries with what was his name?
Austin Eckler. And now Brian Robinson's gone now. Completely.
Yeah.
Brian Robinson is in he's an op. Brian Robinson is not an op. He's in San Fran.
But honestly, I think this is gonna be a good game.
By the way I describe it, I'm sure you can tell I think New York is gonna actually pull out the victory, bro. I think it's gonna be a surprise for Washington, and it's gonna be hard for Washington to stop all of their pieces put together. I mean, we don't know how it's gonna look, honestly, so I can't hype them up too much. But I do know that the New York Giants defense is top 15. It's top 15. And now that they have a better offense, I think it's going to be a lot easier for that defense to shut down the opposing offenses. So, yeah, me personally, I'm going to go with New York. What do you got with that game?
That's a tough one, bro.
man.
For the sake of my fantasy, I hope New York, because I have Malik Neighbors. But
Oh, that's right.
but
Dude got Malik Neighbors. I tried to snatch him from you too.
yeah, I was like,
Let me get that, bro.
nah, bro. But
I don't even want it for real.
but for that game, man,
Yeah.
that's a close one. You know, he's not a sucker no more, but they got Debo Samuel as well. So questionable year that we might see from him. I don't have too much faith, but I'm hoping for the best. You know, I always hope the black man's gonna win. I'd say between the Giants and the Commanders,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be an op, bro. I'm gonna say Commanders.
The Commanders. Okay, so
But I think it's gonna be a close game.
okay.
I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Commanders are going to keep their momentum from last year. You know, the Giants, they're shit. Excuse my language. The Giants, they're very bad.
And that's all good, bro. Because there's gonna be a winner and a loser after the season, bro. We all know that. So I'm gonna need you to be an op sometimes. I don't want you to agree with every game that I agree with. Every game I think is gonna win. So that's fine. And this is one of those games where it literally could go either way. It's week 1. Freaking who knows, bro? Indianapolis might actually beat Miami. Cleveland, they have a chance against Cincinnati, considering how we see Cincinnati in the beginning of the season every year. We'll get to that, but okay. So what's your game of the week?
I would say my game of the week, honestly, is, you know, there's just so many games, though, man. Like, Detroit Green Bay is a wonderful game.
Detroit Green Bay.
That's a wonderful game. That could be my game of the week.
That's your game of the week?
Seattle, San Francisco could be my game of the week. Buffalo,
course.
Baltimore could be my game of the week.
Yeah.
You know,
We're gonna save San Fran Seattle for the end of the video.
There's so many
We're gonna
good
wait
games.
for that one.
But you know, I'd say the two games that really stand out to me are Green Bay and Detroit. And surprisingly so, some people might hate on me for this, but Jacksonville and the Carolina Panthers, because
I don't hate that. I think we should use that one.
I think both of those teams have a lot of potential this year, or all 4 of those teams, I should say, to possibly make the playoffs. You know, obviously the last 2 teams have had some trouble, and whatnot. But I think they can be great. You know, and you know, Bryce Young, he's coming back. You know, Xavier Leggett is coming into his 2nd year. He's going to improve.
For sure. That's right.
Chuba Hubbard, you know, the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. Travis Hunter, Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
You know, great defense.
You know
Trevor
what?
Lawrence coming too.
Yeah, you're
They
right.
still have Trevor Etienne. You know, we know what he's done in the past. So, yeah.
I was thinking about this game earlier, bro, and some was telling me like, I think Jacksonville. Well, I was thinking Jacksonville was gonna win this game earlier. Now that I think about it and really like settle down on it, Jacksonville, they got a cool team. I think they're gonna be decent this year. I think Carolina's actually gonna win this game now. We've seen the young core of Carolina play better towards the end of the season last year. We haven't seen that with Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? We're kind of just hoping Jacksonville will be good. And same with Carolina, but at least we've seen Bryce Young play pretty well, right? He didn't get hurt again. He played decent, and they drafted one of the better receivers in the draft as well. You can say what you want about Travis Hunter, but he's either going to play one side or the other.
I don't know how to say his first name.
None of us know. It's like Giannis. It's like Giannis Antetokounmpo. We all had a hard time at first. So I think that's a great game. And me personally, I'm going to go with Carolina. I like that pick. I like that game though. Who you got?
I agree. I would say Carolina.
Now we're about to go in order now. We're gonna start with Tampa Bay versus the Atlanta Falcons. That's the first game, 10 a.m. game. I'm gonna just say it right here so we don't have to waste much time. I think Tampa Bay is gonna win. I got Baker on the fantasy team. I got basically their whole offense on fantasy, bro. So I need Tampa Bay to kind of go crazy this game. Now Atlanta's run game is good. They got a really good run game. See how that is. I just think Tampa Bay's offense is explosive, bro. It's explosive, and I think Baker Mayfield will be in the running for MVP this season, just like how he was last season. So give me Tampa Bay starting the season off 1-0. Atlanta starting the season off 0-1.
I got Tampa Bay too.
Yeah.
I think Atlanta's gonna have a good year. But Tampa Bay, they have so many weapons. They have 2 great receivers. They have a great tight end.
Yeah.
They have a great defense, middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Corners, everything. You know.
Tampa Bay or Atlanta?
Tampa Bay. Atlanta's good too.
Atlanta has a good secondary.
Yeah, Atlanta. Yeah. You know, so Tampa Bay, I think they have a lot to prove. They're you know, Bucky Irving's coming off a pretty good year. I think, you know, Chris Godwin's going to be back sometime in the next couple months, so that's going to be a big plus.
That's going to be nice.
They still have Mike Evans. I think it's Cade Otton. Is that his name?
They're tight end.
Yeah. Cade Otton. Cade Otton is good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's from around this way, bro. He's from up north. No, down south. Yeah, down south over in like Olympia area. Yeah, they're good, you know. Atlanta's good too, you know. Bijan Robinson, Darnell Mooney, Drake London, Michael Penix. I love that he's a starting quarterback, man. Let's go.
I do like that. I do like that.
I love that offense. Will Kyle Pitts have a breakout year? You know, it's the question everybody wants to know. You know, I'm hoping for the best for the brother.
Facts.
Facts. You know, I think they have a great.
You said the other day, bro. Don't even lie. Oh, Marshawn Lattimore is on the Commanders.
Oh.
But you said it the other day, bro. If your fantasy team is starting Kyle Pitts, that's not a good fantasy team.
Yeah, but you know, we just want him to have a good season, you know. But
no, I know it's not really season. Yeah, it's 2 different things. Really, we want him to contribute.
But yeah, it's not good though. But yeah, Atlanta, I think they're gonna have a good year.
Okay, let's move on to the second game.
Yeah, they're gonna have a good year.
We got Cincinnati versus Cleveland. I don't want to waste too much time on this game. I think Cincinnati is going to win this game. I don't think Cleveland's defense is nowhere near as good as it was, like, what was it, 2 years ago? Yeah, nah. So, give me Cincinnati. Blowout win, actually. I don't even think that, I know their defense isn't bad, but I don't even think that Cleveland's offense is good enough to do anything about it. They just got David Njoku, and that's it. They got Jerry Jeudy, right? And they got Joe Flacco.
Jerome Ford.
You can't forget about Ford. But there is a
Miles
Tillman. I think Tillman is all right, bro. Who do you got that game?
Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to be 1-0, but hey, don't be surprised if this is a close game, because we know how the Cincinnati Bengals play football.
Right.
Their defense is not known for keeping points low.
That's a good point.
But yeah, I definitely got the Bengals. I think Jamar's going to have a great year. I think Joe's going to have a great year. Key, hopefully he can get back to his old self. Chase Brown, I think will have a great year. I'd say Bengals. Next game we got Miami and Indianapolis. I honestly have.
Before you say that, Indianapolis is actually in the over and under. They got Indianapolis winning this game. I think that's insane.
I don't think it's insane. I think it'll be a close game, bro.
Okay.
Indianapolis has a good defense, in my opinion. Their offense is.
They got Zaire Franklin over there too.
They have Daniel Jones starting. We know that. But they still have Jonathan Taylor at the running back position. I don't really know much about the Colts, honestly. I'm gonna keep it a buck, but
don't forget they also have Josh Downs over there too. They have what's the other dude's name that likes to go?
Pittman.
Yeah, Michael Pittman.
But I don't know if Michael Pittman's not like that. But we'll see.
I mean, we don't really know if Josh Downs is like that. Doesn't he get hurt a lot? I got Miami winning, bro.
Yeah. That's our underdog pick for the day.
Yeah, facts. My underdog pick is My underdog. Gil's Arena, bro. My underdog pick is Miami. I don't even think that's really like the underdog pick, bro. I think Miami has the better quarterback. I think Miami's runner back is more elusive when healthy. I wouldn't say he's better, but I think he can do more for sure. It's no question. He can receive and run. I think Miami's defense is not better. I don't think Miami has a better defense. I just think Miami has better pieces for real, and I think that's kind of why I think they'll win. I think their pieces are better, and I don't think either team is like really that functional right now. But who knows? Indianapolis, like they haven't really had a good quarterback in a while. And, doesn't mean they're gonna lose every game. So we'll see how that goes. This next game, I'm excited to get into. You say Indianapolis, right? That's it. Miami, okay. So we got Las Vegas versus New England. I think this is gonna be a good game. Good game. What do you got, bro?
I Las Vegas.
You got Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Vegas too. I got this being a good game. Vegas has a chance to get over Kansas City now. Kansas City lost their first game. And now this is Vegas's, like, I know it's early, but Vegas has a chance to be like, okay, we're trying to compete to get in the playoffs. And if Kansas City is one of those teams that's not getting in the playoffs, imagine how much that raises their chances, bro. Because this division is crap. This division is stacked. I mean, people don't. Even if the Vegas Raiders aren't good, you still got this Chiefs, Broncos, and now we know the Chargers are going to be good because they made the Chiefs look bad. So yeah, I got Raiders, but I see New England though. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I really, honestly. I like Drake May. Drake May is going to be a better quarterback, you know, as the season goes along. And so, yeah, just give me the Raiders, but both teams are pretty solid.
Yeah, I got definitely got the Raiders on that one. I think they just got a more put together roster. Next up, we got Arizona. We have New Orleans. I definitely have Arizona for this one.
Me too. These tickets are $29, so get you a ticket to this game,
That should just speak for itself, bro. Honestly, how much faith they have in the New Orleans Saints football team.
Yeah,
but yeah, I got Arizona. You know, Kyler Murray. I think Marvin Harrison's gonna have a good year. Prove the data drawing. Yeah. They still have Buda Baker. They still have McBride, a great tight end. And they have James Conner, even though he's getting a little bit old. You know, I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs because obviously we have the Seattle Seahawks in that division. But you know, I think they'll win at least maybe 7 games. You know, I think they'll beat New Orleans.
I mean, man, this is the Seahawks channel, but like I said earlier, we're gonna keep it real, bro. I think the Cardinals are gonna be a really good team this year, bro. Yeah, I think they're gonna be good. Like you said all the pieces they have, and I didn't hear one weakness, bro. That's the team more than the Rams, honestly, and more than the 49ers that I'm like, we're probably gonna compete with them. Like, I think that's gonna be that sleeper team. And really, if that defense is performing, I don't doubt the offense. One of their lowest receivers is Wilson, and Wilson can make plays when he has to. So I think you're right on the money with them winning this game, and I think you're actually too low on how many wins they get. I think they might get 9 or 10.
We shall see.
Yeah, we shall see for sure.
It's a competitive division,
yeah.
So you know, we have a lot of teams we have to account for. That's the thing.
I know a lot of y'all are not gonna like that, but I gotta keep it real. I can't sit up here and just lie to you, bro. And everybody knows New Orleans is not gonna beat.
You know, honestly, we could see something like last year where everybody wins like 8 or 9 games, and we're just kind of like.
Now we're relying on other people to get in the playoffs. That was
now
terrible. We had to rely on Arizona to get in the playoffs last year, bro.
Like we're worried about how many points we're scoring or something.
Man. Okay. Man, this week 1 is legendary, bro. Next game, we got Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New York Jets.
I got the Steelers.
I got the Steelers. For sure.
But I could see the Jets making a little bit of a surprise. The Steelers have Aaron Rodgers. This is a revenge game, kind of, in a way.
How do you see them beating the Steelers?
Bro, this is football, bro.
But, like, what do you see them doing to beat the Steelers? Because I get it, it's football, any given Sunday. But when I'm just looking at it from, like you said, a football standpoint, do you think, how good do you think the defense is for them?
I mean, they still have Sauce Gardner.
I think their defense personally is good. But I'm saying, like, how good would you rank
they're
it?
okay. I don't think they're making the playoffs. But I think this is a team between two teams that, like, are wild card teams at best. And that's like a stretch. I don't really think these teams are really playing anything this year.
I don't even think the Jets are a wild card team, bro.
Like, I'm saying, that's a stretch of, like, what their season could be.
Yeah.
I think the same thing about the Steelers. I don't really think the Steelers are doing it.
I think higher of the Steelers than I think of the New York Jets. I think it's
I
because
think, bro, listen, bro. This is why I say this. Because this is a game between two quarterbacks against their former teams. And when things like this are on the line, then anything can honestly happen.
yeah,
And
that's true.
I don't have honestly much trust in Aaron Rodgers. I hate to be that guy.
I have more trust in Aaron Rodgers than I do in the entirety of the New York Jets franchise.
Yeah, but still,
Seriously.
I just don't think he has it anymore.
That's cool. I can like see that. Like,
I just think this game is kind of more so. It's closer than people think it is.
yeah.
And it also could go the complete opposite of what I'm saying. But that's football.
Yeah, that's football.
It's just there's different motivations that really come into play when it comes to certain games.
For sure.
Because we know
For sure.
Pittsburgh is known for losing to shit teams when they should win.
But
So if I was gambling, this is a game I would leave alone.
for sure.
I wouldn't
Heck
bet
yeah.
on it.
But that's we still gotta pick a team. You said you got your team.
I
got
have
Pittsburgh
to win. I'm saying it can go either way.
Your Jets, they don't do.
I feel like Aaron Rodgers might be cursed or something, bro. Because like ever since
he started doing that voodoo stuff.
Ever since he's left Green Bay, he's been fucking garbage.
He honestly, you could say he wasn't good in his last season in Green Bay.
Ever since that season.
His last season in Green Bay.
Ever since he did something.
He just wasn't the same.
Yeah, bro.
I hear you. So yeah, we both got Pittsburgh though. I feel like there's a reason for that. The next game we're going over, Tennessee versus Denver.
I got Denver.
You got Denver. Yeah. I want to say Tennessee just because you just.
It's gonna be like 31-17, and like Cam Ward's gonna do all right. Or he's gonna do decent.
I think Cam Ward's gonna do good.
Denver has a good defense, bro. That's a hard defense.
Yeah, they
think
do
about
have
how
good
think
defense.
about how Bo Nix did in his first game against the Seahawks.
Yeah, he didn't do that good. He didn't do good.
I think Cam Ward's gonna do all right. He might do a little bit better than Bo Nix. Like he'll get like maybe 200 passing yards, a touchdown. Like he might have a big, and it's gonna be like 17 to like 31 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Just number one pick though, and I just.
The Titans.
Yeah, it's the Titans, but the Titans have a run game and they have a receiving core, and they also have a decent
They have
defense.
an alright receiving core.
But their defense isn't too bad either, bro.
Yeah,
Well, they have
I
Snead.
still don't think they're gonna win.
Well, they have L'Jarius Sneed.
I still don't think they're gonna win.
Okay, well I'm gonna go with Tennessee, and
You're gonna go with
I have Bo
Tennessee's
Nix.
gonna beat the Broncos.
I'm going with Tennessee, bro.
That's insane.
I'm going with Tennessee,
bro. That's wild.
This game is yeah. I'm gonna just go with
Tennessee's
Tennessee,
not
bro.
beating the Broncos.
I'm gonna pick Tennessee to beat the Broncos, man. And then we're gonna go straight to Detroit, Green Bay. I got Green Bay.
Me too. I still can't believe you just said that Tennessee is beating the Broncos.
I think Tennessee's gonna win, bro.
They're playing in Denver.
In Denver,
Tennessee's
they're gonna
not
go in
beating-
there. And
Tennessee is not
They're
beating
gonna put
Denver
belt.
in Broncos.
They're gonna put belt, bro. Trust.
Yeah,
Bro, they got Tyler Lockett. You know about Tyler Lockett, bro? Bro, disrespect Tyler Lockett like that, man. What's wrong with this guy?
Bro, it's like, I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow, bro. I'm gonna be like, bro,
To be fair, I'm picking this mainly because you picked Denver, trying to slice it up. But I also don't think Tennessee can't win this game, and I don't think that this is a terrible pick. I know Denver's defense is good. Who's their running back? A rookie?
I don't know, bro. Tajay Spears, I know he's injured or something.
No. Tony Pollard is Tennessee's running back. We know who Tennessee.
I don't know, bro. I haven't really been paying attention to the.
Denver's running back is a rookie. It's not Omarion. It's R.J. Harvey.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
And then we talk about not great receiving cores. Denver's receiving core is not much better.
I mean, they have Portland Sutton. He's alright.
That's really as deep as it goes. I mean, and then they do have Evan Ingram now. They do have Evan Ingram now, which is a great pickup in my opinion.
I forget their other receiver, but they also have Pat Surtain.
They got somebody named Mims. Yeah, they have Pat Surtain on defense. Pat Surtain is that guy.
I haven't really
looked
at
that guy.
Denver's team too much. I think they're gonna be alright. I think they'll be okay.
I think Tennessee has a chance, bro. Depending on how good Cam Ward plays, they have a chance. They have a chance. Last year when Washington beat whoever they beat, first game of the season.
Yeah.
Who did they play first game of the season, bro?
I don't remember this shit.
Nobody said Washington was gonna win that game. Nobody did. But it is not a favorable. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's favorable towards Tennessee. It's definitely favorable towards Denver. Okay, but back to the Detroit Green Bay. We both got Green Bay. Why do you have Green Bay over Detroit?
I think it's gonna be a close game.
Okay.
I think Green Bay is just coming into its own. I think Green Bay can make it to the Super Bowl this year.
Ooh.
If they really
Hey, we're getting spicy now. Okay, Super Bowl.
If they really,
We're talking Super Bowls now, bro.
Yeah, if they really,
man.
they can make the Super Bowl. In my opinion, it's in the NFC.
Hey, I'm not arguing it. I'm just,
we saw the Eagles game. It was still a pretty good performance, but I think Green Bay can give them a run for their money. Obviously, they have Michael Parsons now.
Yeah.
They did
Michael
lose
Parsons,
Jair
oh my
Alexander.
God.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's true. That is true.
You just imagine how good that team would be with him on that. But
It's a great point.
I think they're still pretty good. They have a good coach in my opinion. They have a good running back. They just got a new receiver in the drafts, like a top 20 receiver. So I think they'll have a good year. I think Detroit's gonna have a good year too. And Detroit could win this game, and I could be completely wrong about this.
Yeah.
I think Green Bay might edge this one out. I love Jordan Love as a quarterback, and I think he is better than Jared Goff. I will be honest. So,
I mean, okay.
I know Jared Goff has played in the Super Bowl, but
Jordan Love better than Jared Goff?
Jordan Love has more potential and can be better than Jared Goff.
Okay.
I shouldn't say he's better than him now because he's improved more because Jared Goff's played in the Super Bowl. But I think Jordan Love can be better than Jared Goff. Speaking of how young he is and how good he was last year.
Right.
I got Green Bay.
Okay. That's a good pick. Yeah, I got Green Bay as well. I do think Detroit will be a good team. I don't think they will be as good. Does that make sense?
I think, we'll see, bro.
Because how many
Remember
games
they
they
have
won last
Aiden
year?
Hutchinson back too. They lost their coach. I don't know which coordinator it was, but
And also they had a great season, a great season. That's like a peak season. They just didn't win the Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, they had a great season. I thought they could have won the Super Bowl.
They could have, in my opinion.
They have a great team, so I wouldn't be surprised if they win this game. I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit makes it to the Super Bowl this year too. We'll get into our Super Bowl picks later, but
Houston versus LA. Now earlier you said the game. You said you wouldn't bet on what game? New York Pittsburgh game. This would be the game I would bet on because they got LA beating Houston. I think Houston wins LA. I think CJ Stroud's gonna have a better season this year. I think defensively Houston's gonna be a powerhouse type of team. I don't think LA, and this is not just hate because there is no hate. This is not just because I'm a Seahawks fan, but I just think LA is not even just LA. I don't think Matthew Stafford is going to be 100% this year. They do have a better receiving core than they did last year, that's like if he is healthy.
They didn't even have a receiving core last year. They were all injured.
Right. So if they're healthy, who knows? They could be very dangerous. Kyron Williams and their the defensive line is looking pretty good too. I just don't think that Matthew Stafford is going to be fully healthy or as good if he's not fully healthy. I think he is one of the top 7, top 10 guys, but not with his back is hurt at this age. He's going to be out there playing with a bad back. That's not going to help nobody. So I got Houston, and I think this should be the game. If you're going to bet on any game, I'd bet on Houston.
Yeah, I bet on Houston as well. I think is Nico Collins playing?
Yeah,
Nico Collins is back. Obviously he had that bad injury last year. Still waiting on Tank Dell. Prayers up to him. Houston, they just have that young fire. They have a great defense, young coach. They're all locked in. I think CJ Stroud's coming for revenge this year, and I think they'll win this game. Yeah. LA, like you were saying, I really don't have much confidence with them. They have an Asian receiver with Devontae Adams. Kyron Williams, I think, will have a good year.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they do have a good defense. Jared Verse, I think he's going to come back and have a great year. But Matthew Stafford, another Asian quarterback who's kind of injured, dealing with a lot of stuff. So
besides Stafford, beside that D line, who do they have in the secondary? We're gonna know more and more about teams as we watch these games. And so we both agree on Houston.
He's on the Bills. Yeah, he doesn't play.
But speaking of the Bills, man, I'm surprised neither of us picked this game. This is also a game you should definitely not bet on. Baltimore versus Buffalo.
I got Baltimore.
I got Baltimore. We can agree on that.
Yeah.
I think, bro, Lamar is tired of getting smacked by these guys, bro. And yeah, he beats them in the regular season sometimes, or whatever. He needs to punch him in the mouth this game, bro. And he needs to make a statement, or we're just not gonna look. If they start off like this, we're not gonna look at them how we looked at them these last couple seasons. It's gonna be different. I really think Baltimore should try to win this game. I think they're gonna go out there and win this game. The narrative for them is just too strong to lose. Right after losing the MVP to Josh Allen, no matter who you really think the MVP is, Josh Allen was the MVP. So that's just how it is. I got Baltimore.
Yeah, I'd say I have Baltimore. I think they have a good year. Derrick Henry's coming back. Kyle Hamilton decided to do a new deal. Yeah, bro, they have a great team. So does Buffalo as well. I'm really looking for a good receiver for Buffalo to kind of be that guy.
You think
like how Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis was.
Is
that going to be Keon Coleman? I hope so.
I was going to ask you that.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Khalil Shakir is decent, but he's just a wide receiver too. But yeah, I got Baltimore. We all know about both of these quarterbacks, man. They make their team. They're just. Honestly, besides
they're S tier.
Mahomes,
They're S tier.
They're S tier.
They're S tier.
The two best, honestly, quarterbacks in the league. I don't think any other quarterback. Don't say no Jalen Hurts or Justin Herbert or even Joe Burrow. I'm sorry.
I think Joe Burrow is definitely just as good as Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen.
Okay, yeah, he might be. That's
But like you said, the other guys, no.
This is Joe Burrow, the shit defense.
Yeah, bro, that's what really sets it back. But one thing that really helps him is he has the best receiver room out of any of those guys. None of those guys have anybody as good as T. Higgins, let alone Jamar Chase. So All right, so second to last game that we're gonna go over. Last game of the week, Monday, September 8th. The Minnesota Vikings are going to be going to Soldier Field and playing the Chicago Bears at 5:15 p.m. This game is gonna be interesting to say the least, because we're gonna find out. We're gonna see what the Bears have been doing all offseason. It's two different narratives. What have the Bears been doing all offseason to help their quarterback, help him get better, and to protect him, unlike what they did with Justin Fields. And is he actually gonna perform better? Is he not gonna take all these sacks? And then for Minnesota, it's okay. You got rid of Sam Darnold because you have so much faith in J.J. McCarthy. Let's see if he's that good for real. So I think Chicago is the perfect team to see how good J.J. McCarthy is going to be, because they're another team that's trying to see how good their overall team is going to be. Because let's be honest, a lot of people think Chicago Bears are a playoff worthy team. A lot of people think if Caleb plays good enough, they're a playoff team, and that's because of guys like DeAndre Swift. Guys like Loveland that they just got off the drafts, and they have another tight end on that team. Defense is not the worst you can get. That O-line though is terrible, and I think they got rid of Shane Waldron by now. Thank God. We Seahawks fans know how bad it is having Shane Waldron as your offensive coordinator. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a more interesting game than what it really puts off, because it doesn't look like one of those sexy games, but I think it's gonna be fun. And I, of course, I got Minnesota. Actually, man, who got Chicago? You got Chicago? Okay, so I'm gonna go with Minnesota because you got Chicago.
I got Chicago. Look at those tickets, $210.
$210, man. These are
that they're excited for this game.
Yeah, bro.
It's a rivalry game too, bro.
Yeah, that's another thing. So why do you got Chicago?
I just feel like, man, like just the changing coaching, man, the changing culture.
Yeah.
They're just gonna start this off with a bang, you know.
And I know you like Roma Dunze.
We have to remember we have a quarterback in his very first NFL game at Minnesota, in J.J. McCarthy. So
I was thinking about that too.
That is why I
was thinking about that too.
Chicago.
That's gonna be very
put
tough.
My money on Chicago, honestly, and I'm guessing that
Minnesota's favored.
Yeah, I would bet on Chicago. I would bet on Chicago.
You would bet on Chicago?
I would bet on Chicago for sure.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm not mad at that, bro. And like Roma Dunze, I think is gonna be good. I do think Caleb Williams is gonna be better than last season, because you can't really get much worse. He didn't have much opportunity to really throw the ball because his O-line was bad and he was getting pressured a lot. And yeah, him holding on to the ball is a problem, but also his receivers didn't get open too well, not because they're not good, but because the play calling wasn't good. That makes sense. It'll be plays. I literally watched games with Chicago Bears where they would have two receivers on the out run the same route. And it's like, bro, we had to see stuff like that with the Seahawks where they were letting Geno cook, but the route running and the blocking was not allowing him to cook. So I think Caleb Williams is gonna have a better season, and I can't even really argue against them to lose this game. I will say things Minnesota has to do to win this game is they're gonna have to pretty much rely on Justin Jefferson. They're gonna have to use Justin Jefferson a lot. They can run the ball. I mean, Minnesota can run the ball, but I don't know how I feel about Aaron Jones, honestly. So I would think personally that Minnesota would just give the ball to JJ the whole game, and I think he's good enough to where if your quarterback is locked in enough, I think he can win you the game, right? He gets open enough, he gets enough yards after the catch, and he makes catches that aren't beautiful passes too, which is that's a very great positive for a rookie quarterback. You know, you're not gonna make great passes all the time. That's okay. You're a rookie, but having somebody that's gonna capitalize off of that, or not capitalize, but help that. That's great. So I'm giving Minnesota, but I'm at Chicago. All right, we saved the best for last, you guys. You guys know what it is. It's the Seahawks versus the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to speak for both of us. We both got the Seahawks. But Aize, why do you have the Seahawks, bro?
I actually think the Seahawks are gonna lose, bro.
That's
bro.
crazy,
I got
bro.
the Seahawks, bro. Yeah, bro. San Francisco, bro. They're not what they once were, bro. They've lost a lot of players.
They
You
did.
know, I hope Tariq Woolen is playing. You know, I think we've had a lot of upgrades in our roster, especially on offense and defense, especially on defense. Marcus Lawrence got to make his Seahawks debut.
Yeah, that's
A
gonna be
lot
fun.
of players about to make their Seahawks debuts, and it's about to be wonderful.
Yeah, still a super young team for sure.
So I got the Seahawks. I got us winning the division, if I'm being honest. I think our roster has potential to make playoffs. If not winning our division, the wild card game. You know, we have a pretty easy schedule. The hardest team we're playing is the Buccaneers.
This is a hard division, so anybody can win any given day. But Seattle, in my opinion, I seen a post that said otherwise. I think Seattle has the best defense in the division. I think someone said LA had the best defense, and I can't agree with that. I think we have a player for every position, just about. There might be a couple pieces missing on, like, I don't know, maybe corner, maybe need a backup linebacker. Maybe somebody in the trenches, but our team overall. And then when you get into our offense has everything we need, but it really depends on if this O-line is going to block and if Sam Darnold is going to make the type of plays that he was making last season. But if he can be 3/4 of the guy that he was last season, that'll be enough for us to be the best in the division, in my opinion. Give me Seattle for this game, too. Give me Seattle for this game, too. And that's all the games, bro. That's all the games. So we're gonna go over this. Look at what our scores were. We're gonna get back at you guys for week 2, so we go over those scores. Now, mind you, the punishment isn't like a weekly thing. It's gonna be at the end of the year. So we're just gonna rack up our scores, do this for you guys. Just kind of chill. You know, I'm not gonna make a video every day, but at least once a week, we're just gonna chill, talk about football, and kind of get to know you guys and let you guys get to know us. This has been very fun. First episode, so it's going to get better from here, and I'm just excited to keep making some more content. So that's HTWL Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. You got to meet me and my bro Aize. Have a good rest of y'all night. Peace.
What's going on, you guys? It's HTWL. Just want to appreciate you guys for getting to the end of the video and watching. Future videos won't take me as long to get done. I just wanted to let you guys know that. Just in case you got to the end of the video, got me a couple things, kind of slowed down the process for me getting this video done, but videos in the future will be out a lot quicker. I will have more predictions. Week 2 will be out. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.